is one way to start. Yeah. Oh my days. Right. As I was saying, ski. It's a 104 dead. Very nice from them. Raheem comes to P8. They 104.8. College Group with the 11 with a 105.2. Ron. Anders goes to P6 with a 102. Ron 105.8 from them. Still have 5 drivers not slipping the lap time yet. Same, alright, is it live? My stream is live. It's live streaming. Yes, work. Well working. It says you're working. Okay. Glad we at least fix it out during qualifying. Apologise for any inconvenience this has caused people. I genuinely have no idea what's going on with this game. Internet's fine. Literally nothing's going on with my internet. I don't know what's going on. I apologize for inconvenience. We're going to stay on board with them. Oh, Invaders invalidated again. That's not going to be very nice for them. They're going to be annoyed with themselves. Greg jumped up to P2 with a 104.1. Very nice from them. Seb also jumps up to P... No, Craig goes P2. Seb goes P4 with a 104.187. This is a very close split between second and fourth. We know DZ still going to start there next. Their second lap. Sorry about me not coming in a second. I've got to try and sort something out. Right. Now we're going to stay on board with DC as Hayes. Oh, tyres. Actually, one thing that happened. Hayes, with their first off lap, sets a 104.2. Very nicely done from them. As well, a lot of drivers are out on track now. Stay on board with DZ. Oh, catching a bit too much of the curve there. Out of turn 3. It's definitely going to lose a bit of time for them. But even little improvements can jump them up just a few positions. Throwing their car around sector 3 now, looking to try and squeeze out every millisecond they can. Final 2 corners now, looking to use as much of the track as they can, barely staying within the white lines. Crosses the line, goes provisional pole with a 103.9. A brilliant lap there from the Red Bull driver. That is something to be proud of. What a lap from them. First driver to break the 103 barrier. And that is something very nice. Riley, the new signing, one of the new signings for VCarb, goes P4 with a 104 no. Yeah, 104.5. Very nice from them. SNZ, I'm not trying to pronounce it, I'm sorry. SNZ with a 104.1, also just jumping 0.02 of a tenth behind their teammate. McLaren's looking very, very confident here. There are still 3 drivers who've not set a lap time: Ansu, Lanky, and Invade. Or maybe looking to get that final lap in. Anders does improve to a 105.6. With, ooh, that's Lewis catching the grass there. Maybe trying not to impede people. Definitely one thing you do not want to get done for. Seb, another new VCarb signing. 104.1. Just this top lot are barely separated by anything. DZ's now coming into the pits for their lap time. As that is not good. Someone's just said their PC has crashed. That is not good for them. As that will be the Williams of Lewis. That will not be good for them. They need to try and get back in as soon as possible. Invade invalidated their lap time again. They're gonna Ansu finally out on track as well now. A lot to go for. Skeefy already out on their out lap. Maybe this will be their final time. Maybe a bit preemptive, but we don't know. Invade might be coming to the pits again. They will have one more chance to set a clean lap time, as we're going to go on board with Skeefy. Skeefy now looking to take back provisional pole from DZ. These two are battling for the can't speak. These two are battling for the World Drivers' Championship here, and it's going to be looking like a brilliant battle. Purple Sector 1, there for Ski. That could mean everything between getting provisional pole and not. As we have seen, DZ does not get the Sector 1, but they definitely get the Sector 2 and 3. If Ski can pull enough in that first sector, it could just be enough for them. Now, Ansu is the driver in front of Ski, looking to set their first lap time as well. You can see them just barely ahead, and hopefully no dirty L will be given as someone's just jumped up. Oh my god. I saw it move. That's annoying. Missed it. Anyway, Ski now rounding the final corner, pushing the limit of track limits as they set provisional pole with a 103.8. Very nicely done. Ansu goes P19 with a 105.7, but there's not much between them and Anders, so there's still room to jump up. Now, this is looking like a brilliant qualifying session here. Apart from, of course, slightly technical issues, but hopefully this is all fixed, because if not, I'm not going to be happy. Wi-Fi is fine. Xbox is working. Okay, if we are good. Riley, we're going to jump on board with Riley now. They have just started. No. It's Ollie. They've just started their lap. This will probably be his final lap of this qualifying session. If he improves just by a tenth, that puts him all the way up into P3. That'd be a very respectable time for this Aston Martin driver, with how close these drivers are separated from each other. Any little improvements could bump you up 1 or 2 positions. That is the type of racing you want to see. What do you mean get the time? Nisev, what do you mean get the timer? Do you mean gap to leader? Is that what you want? Is this what you want? Do you want gap to leader, Nisev? Ollie purple sector 2, very nicely done for him. That's a brilliant thing to see. Upright. Oh. Lap data. Excuse me, man. Oh no, that's an advantage for Ollie coming into these final 2 corners. Very unlucky for him. He is going to finish our lap time, and that would have been a 104.148. That would have put him P3. That is very unlucky. Wow. I'm sorry, Nisev. I normally have this all set up before I go live, but as we've seen, my game decided to die. I'm sorry. Still Invade not setting a lap time as they come out now for their final, the final time in this qualifying session. Still looking to set a lap as DZ now begins his final lap time here around the Red Bull ring. Maybe trying to get a bit of toe off the Aston Martin ahead. I think that might be Sommers, but that might lead to DZ getting a bit impeded. Note, D Sommers pulls off the way as Riley goes fastest with a 103.6. That is a brilliant lap time from the VCARB driver. How will DZ respond to the sister team doing that well? Now Anders retires. He doesn't think he can improve. We're going to stay on board with DZ as they are flying through Sector 2 now. Wouldn't be surprised if this is a purple. It's going to be a big improvement from them. That's it, a 10th up. If DZ improves by a 10th each sector, that is provisional pole for him to now. Every driver pretty much out on track. DZ pushing the limits of track limits again, coming out these final few corners, risking it all just to get that extra few seconds, and that's not going to be an improvement, not enough to put him anywhere higher. That's a 103.9, still a somewhat improvement. Yeah, that's really unlucky, Ollie. As now Hayes jumps up to P4 with a 104.1. Going to jump on board with Seb now, the other VCAR driver. Yeah, Ollie, a 10th up would have put you P4. That's the problem, mate. Seb, purple sector to 4/10 up. This is looking very, very good for the VCARB driver. This might be a front row lockout here for the VCARB here. I can't speak. Here for the VCARBs at the Red Bull ring. As Seb now runs final corner, he invalidates. Seb has invalidated his lap time. That is not very good for him. And what would it have been? A 103.899. That would have been P3 for them here. That is not good. So we're going to watch Invade now round the final corner as he is finally going to set a lap time on the board, burning everything, runs out of ERS, jumps up to P13 where they won a 4.6. Very nicely done, especially with how safe they must have tried to be with all those invalidations. Now, D. Somers is going to cross the line next. Not going to improve. RO has invalidated. COD is not improving. MB's lost his front wing. Everything is happening here. As COD goes fastest sector 2. Very nicely done from them. Looking, I think that's a back. They backed out of that. Yeah, I think COD has backed out of that. Skeefy goes fastest. Oh my days, I missed that. Skeefy with a 103.6. I thought they backed out. But what a lap there from the Haas driver. Jumps ahead of Riley by little margins. That is what you want to be seeing. Such close battling here for pole position. That's absolutely brilliant. As every driver has now finished their lap time, this is what the starting grid's going to look like. You're going to have Skeefy on pole, Riley behind P2, DZ Racer P3. You're going to have Hayes P4. Then you're going to have both McLarens sitting P5 and 6. It's looking very competitive at the top of the grid here today. As now we are looking for a very nice race. Your third in championship only being P7. Unluckily invalidated their lap time. But this is looking like one hell of a battle. MB sitting at P9. Even though their lap time is monstrally good. COD P10 with a 4.44. 104.4. That is a brilliant lap time. And yet it's still so low down. This race will be one competitive one that I'll have to try and keep an eye on. Ron, even the bottom of the grid looks quick times. This is not a race you want to try and make mistakes on, because you're going to get pounced on with how quick these drivers are. This is something brilliant to be watching here. So we now will have a little bit of a wait until we go to 5 red lights. Now, from what I know, McLaren's strongest squad. Yeah, McLaren is definitely looking like to take home a lot of points here in the World Constructors' Championship, which will definitely help in the overall Constructors' Championship this week. Now, if they can convert this qualifying pace into race pace, it could be very good for them, especially with the rest of these drivers being on different teams. The battling could help them if they work together. Now, what strategy is looking like? I think it is a one-stop here at Austria. If you go for the 2, you might lose out on too much time. But if somebody does try the 2, you got to hope their pace is good enough to challenge the front of the pack with those fresh tyres and catch up that bit needed. It's a 2-stop. Is it? Nissa, if you're saying it's a 2-stop, I've always thought, I always seen Austria 50% of a 1-stop. I've seen loads of people pull off a 1-stop at Austria. Like, no, like, alright, well, if you say it's a 2-stop, I mean, I'll go with the pro. Like, yeah, I mean, well, then it's definitely gonna be who's gonna try and undercut the most. Then if it's a 2-stop, it's gonna be who's gonna undercut the most. Because Austria is definitely one thing to keep an eye out for with tires and all that. Oh. I think this lobby is glitching. This lobby is actually glitching. We've got multiple drivers just not able to pick their strategies or fuel. What the? This lobby is crazy. What? What is going on in this lobby? Well, I mean, pull a race director. Everybody's pretty much on mediums. We've got Raheem on hard, and no, it's not. It's Seb on soft. Everybody else. Wait, it's 2-stop. Well, I mean, that's what Nisab's saying, Ollie. We've got Ron as well on the hard. Ollie, Nisab's saying it's a 2, so I trust Nisab, mate. unless he's trying to shaft you. Yeah, this game's glitched for some people. Some people can't change their strategy. They can't do their strategy. They can't do their field. This is not good, looking good for them. I don't know if there will be a restart because I'm not meant to be commentating here today. It was been a delay in commentators, with commentators, and then I've been able to jump in to just help out. But it's definitely looking to be something of a quite entertaining race. With as we now go to 3, 4, 5 red lights. And it's lights on the way we go at the Red Bull Ring. C gets a lot of wheel spin. It's going to leave Riley with the brilliant opportunity to try and send it down the inside coming into turn 1. Hayes is now looking on the inside of DZ Racer. The top 4 is starting to pull away. Bit of wheel-to-wheel contact with DZ and Hayes. Already yellow flags going around with drivers going everywhere. Lewis and Lanky trading positions. Riley does jump up into P1. SNZ goes all the way down to P8. Hayes and DZ still battling. 4 wide. Ollie's now trying to carve his way through the pack as the front 2 are starting to pull away just that little bit. Raheem up into P10, Aro dropping down, everybody's flying around, Invade up to P11, Aro's all the way down to P20, Avaro has spun, that is a massive pile-up in the back. Oh my days, Somers, that's 9 drivers being caught up now in that instant. SNZ now being overtaking his teammate of Craig, MB trying to stay ahead now with it. Aro already jumping up 2 positions after that, Ron and Cods falling down just that bit more, bit of lockups going on as MB now is overtaking Craig. I think Craig might have a bit of wing damage here as he's going to try and maybe look on a move back past the Sauber driver. And this has been something of a massive... Yeah, sorry about that. Miss DZ already falling out of the earth range of Ski and Riley. That's going to be a massive battle. Ron jumping... No, that's Cod already jumping into the pit. They must have massive damage on their car. But that's a 9-car pileup already at the start of this race. Aro and Lewis battling each other now. Bit of ghosting going along. Probably of Lewis going off track. Hayes and Ollie being now 2 wide. Hayes did just send it down the inside of Ollie. DZ is trying to stay ahead now of the drivers. There's another yellow flag. And that's Ansu. Ansu's round, and that's Anders as well. Anders and Ansu making contact. They spun round. That's not going to be good for their race. Ansu already down in now into P19. We've got Hayes now pressuring DZ to try and get past. They are all on the same compound tyre, so it's not up to tyres, it's all down to pace. Right here at the start, at the Red Bull Ring, there is a big gap forming where Somers is to Raheem. You can tell where that massive incident happened. 9 drivers caught up in that. That is definitely going to be one thing the stewards will not be happy to see. Ollie already off track now. That is maybe a warning for the Aston Martin drivers. So is Seb. Might be a warning as well for him. We go on board with Riley now starting to try and pull away from Ski. Ski didn't get the best of starts, but he's still looking very, very nice. Aro and Lewis still battling it out now. Lewis did just get past with DRS. Aro might be looking back. Seb now just gets past Ollie. It's Ollie's been saving. Hayes with a little bit of a lockup now, still trying to pressure DZ into a mistake. DZ might be running the low wings. Invade and Somers now battling. 2 wide coming through their hairpin. Invade has the outside line, but no, Somers has DRS. It might be a nice move done for him. Riley and Ski going 2 wide now after Ski has DRS. Ski with the inside line. Trying to keep it the way through. Riley backs out, maybe trying to go for the switchback. Does not, backs out and keeps it with Hayes. Gets past DZ. Now with that DRS she had after the hairpin, after the 90-degree turn, sorry. Now Hayes is looking to try and get back in DRS range of Riley and Ski. They've just battled, which will hopefully give her the advantage. And that is back in DRS range for Hayes. One thing she wants to see very well. Now, this is going to be one big fight now. So we're going to jump on board with Riley. As he's going to now begin to pressure. As Ollie begins the 3-second time penalty already. He is not going to be happy with that. You're only in lap 4. As you can see now, Riley is going to take down the inside of Ski. Gets the move done preemptively. And that might even be DRS for the VCOP driver. as Seb also now gets past DZ. A little bit of contact. And Ski does have... No, neither of DRS, I don't think. DZ is now being pressured by Ollie. As DZ now tries to look back past Seb. Seb is trying just to hold up that little bit so his teammate doesn't have as many drivers to worry about. It's very tactical from them. Ollie now trying to take it round the outside of DZ. No ERS left on in his Aston Martin. That's not going to be an easy move to get done. As now we jump aboard with, now follow the top three, all separated, all joined together by a second. That is one massive thing. Lewis now with a 3-second time penalty. These will start flying in with all these drivers battling and making mistakes. Now Riley's going to have to try his hardest to keep this lead with two very quick drivers. Invade now with a 3-second time penalty. The leader of that pack who had that massive incident at the start of the race, Seb. But he's now trying to catch up to the drivers in front. As Ski is not looking to make a move down past Riley into the 90-degree right-hander. But I think he's going to focus on an exit and try and fly by him on this straight here. I think Riley's wings are just too low. Ski isn't able to get a move done. Seb's also caught up. DC is starting to drop Ollie just that little bit. He's going to have to want to push a lot more if he wants to stay within DRS range. Because if he drops out, that'll be very difficult to get back into, especially with people like SNZ pressing his rear, trying to get the move done. And Invade is trying to catch up to the group in front, but the problem is the DRS is so strong that when you don't have it and you're battling others, it's so annoying. DZ now with a 3-second time penalty for corner cutting. That's not going to be very good for him. That's the four in front do not have any penalties as of yet. Now Ski is as close as ever as on Riley, but MB uses DRS just to get past SNZ. I guess SNZ was saving their ERS. Ron now gets past Lewis at the back there, as I think Lewis may have spun. Now Seb with a 3-second time penalty, he's not going to be happy with that. And they're trying to put pressure on Hayes. Now he has run out of ERS, but Hayes has a bit left in the tank. MB is now going to try and send it past Ollie's. Ollie goes, ooh, late defensive move on SNZ. Bit of contact there. Ollie's now making contact with a lot of these drivers. And now that is almost 3 wide. SNZ's got to move past Ollie with the outside line. Ollie's still trying to stay with though. SNZ leaving the space as there's a yellow flag. That's Lewis spun round, but we're going to stay on this battle here. Ollie's still trying to look past SNZ. Ollie made contact. Ollie spun. Ollie has spun, and then Craig's have to take a face of action onto the gravel. That is not going to be good for their races. Ollie spun round. Raheem's just got 2 free positions there. Maybe another. Trying to look past SNZ here. Wow. What a battle there. Hayes, look at the front 4. Closer than ever. Even DZ's just slowly behind. They're all trying to press. Ski is close. Lewis has spun again. Oh, he keeps spinning. That's not going to be nice for his race. As that's Ollie now in the pits. So is Anders. They're making their first pit stops of this race. Now Ski is going to try and maybe have a look down the inside. But oh, Seb has a massive look down the inside of Hayes. Makes a lot of contact with Ski and Hayes. That's not going to be what he wants to see. Lewis now with another 3-second time penalty. Hayes going side by side with Seb. Now DZ trying to join in. They are 3 wide now. Backs out. Oh, DZ made a contact with Seb. DZ and Seb lock up. More contact. DZ almost spun round. Lewis retires after his multiple spins. And I think that might have been rear ring damage from MB now with a 3-second time penalty. This is all going out for at the front. They're all battling to take the lead of this race. Ski is starting to get dropped a bit by Riley. Riley wants to try and use them battling as an advantage to pull away. As Ski is now going to be the first driver of this lead pack to dive into the pits. His teammate dived in last lap. That's going to be Seb following in as well, not letting Ski take a massive undercut. Taking one for the team there. Seb now gets a 10-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane. That is not what you want to be seeing. And now it's just a 3-horse battle for the lead. And I don't think Hayes has... No, Hayes does not have DRS on Riley. And Riley's definitely going to try and pull away now with that DRS loss. Raheem with that DRS flap open. Going to look to try and make a move past SNZ. Down the inside. That is moved. That is very nice. SNZ still trying to hold with. Raheem covers it off though very nicely. But now SNZ is going to have DRS on this straight. Going to open up that rear flap. And going to burn everything they've got left. As they try and look to the inside now. Sending it on the Williams. Very clean and very beautiful battling from these two. Raheem is on hard compound tyres, so that his tyres will die off a lot gonna die off a lot sooner, a lot later than these medium runners. Yeah, I think Lewis Fan is gonna win. That's a bit mean to him. I think he had rear wing damage. I feel bad for the man. Raheem looking to make a move back past SNZ. Now Seb, after getting that 10-second time penalty, has made a move past Ron, as now there's a yellow flag. That, I think, is Ron making a spin. Riley and DZ go into the pits. Hayes stays out. So does MP. MB. A lot of drivers staying out. They are not thinking this undercut will work. Now Invade has just come into the pits. No, wait. I thought Invade pit earlier. I must have lied. Ski has got the undercut done on Riley. He has got it done. That's very nicely done. Even though Riley was starting to pull away, but Ski has got it done. Raheem now battling with SNZ again. Still too wide. These drivers are going all out at each other. Now, Raheem does get the move done, but SNZ is trying to get that switch back done. Got the exit. Oh, loses the rear bit low, and that's not going to be what they want to be seeing. Now, Riley and Ski going at it with each other. Ski takes it down the inside. A little bit of contact there. More contact. Riley almost gets forced onto the gravel, as now Seb's going to have a run on his teammate. And he's going to back out, not to try and make an erratic move on them. Now, it's going to be this pack of three. Their goal is to catch up to the drivers in front as soon as possible. Hayes now into the pits. MB stays out another lap. Raheem does. So does SNZ. Craig into the pits. D. Somers stays out. James stays out. Lanky pits. That's going to be DRS now for Ski. As that'll help them stay ahead of the two drivers behind with all these moves fluctuating. It's a bit difficult to keep track of. Godzilla has actually caught up to the pack. They were 19 seconds behind. Now they are only 3 to Anders. Is what you like to be seeing. A very nice comeback here as DZ has got the undercut on Hayes now. Hayes may be looking to try and send it. They will have DRS coming onto this next straight. There's no need to try and force a move. Riley got past Ski. Is now got past James. That's going to be very, very important. Seb also now gets past Ski and James heads around the outside. 3 wide almost for a second. Ski backs out not to cause an incident, and that's both VCOMs now ahead. And it's a very nice drivers you've got, mate. James gets sent round the outside of him by Ski. Ski is looking to try and catch back up. Aro now defending for his life. Oh no, it's the fucking rev kit. Oh, I swear, sorry, rev click. Riley going to send it around the inside of Aro. SNZ now in the pits. Does Seb. Oh, bit of contact with Aro there. As they now go too wide. Seb forces Aro off track just a bit there. That's going to leave Ski with a massive run. Where is Ski? I can't. Oh my god. Ski with a massive run now on Aro. That's going to help him catch back up to the drivers ahead. Remember, Seb does have a 10-second time penalty. As now Ollie onto fresh mediums again after his early pit stop with damage. He's looking to catch back up. Now, Riley and Seb. Ski sends down the inside of Riley after Seb and him switch positions. They both have DRS as Riley tries to squeeze Ski, but Ski does not want to try anything. As Riley now defends. Oh, bit of contact there. Maybe a bit of a late defensive move there from Riley. Have to go to the stewards if Ski think that's reportable. Now, with the 3 starting to pull ahead on their fresher tyres, Aro's still out trying to get the one stop to work with his mediums. SNZ now with a 3-second time penalty. That's not going to be very good for him. He was just battling multiple drivers earlier. Now, Ski's at the back of, he's behind both V-carbs and is looking to try and maybe make a move past. Both V-carbs can work together if they want to try and pull ahead. Ski is starting to drop back a little bit. That's not going to be very good for his race. Hayes has just gotten past Aro. Now DZ is trying to look down the inside of Aro. I don't think Aro is not trying to battle at all. Finally, he's trying to battle at all. Just wanting to try and save their tyres as long as they can. Now we're going to jump on board with Riley. Start to game a bit on Seb. Remember, Riley does have fresher tyres by a lap. That might make the difference when these tyres get past that 25% range and they lose that initial good bit of grip they have. Now this grid is separated. Some drivers haven't pit. Both Aro and Ansu going for a one-stop for T3 Ferrari teammates. Both on the stream strategy. MB leading the race with a nice what is it, 6 or so second gap to Seb, trying to make those mediums last. They are in clean air, that's going to help me for more. That clean air will benefit them so much. Now, the 5 who were battling earlier are now back joined together again, as Hayes sets the fastest lap of the race with a 106.979. Very nicely done from her, but as you can see, these V-Cubs are starting to pull away a little bit. Invade now just sends down the inside of Ansu, maybe barely. Ooh, Invade loses the rear there, almost loses it. Ron sends it round the outside of Invade. Both drivers haven't pit, but Ron on those hards will have a massive advantage. Now they're going to try and catch up to Invade as we jump back to these leaders. Hayes did just get past Ski, but Ski is looking for the rebuttal right back against her. Ski can send it down the inside. Hayes with a bit of a lockup, goes, still trying to keep it around. Ski does not have the move done and is having to back out. They have all of them now fallen out of the DRS range of the V-Cubs ahead. That is not what you want to be seeing. Especially with how close how quick these drivers are. Hayes pushing to try and maybe get back in DRS range. She's done it before as Raheem now dives into the pits. His hard tyres are done. Oh, there you go. Sorry, it was just volume. Sorry about that. My volume went and I thought my headset died. I apologise. Now, Aro staying still out. So is MB. MB's going to get caught up very quickly, though, as Hayes did get back into DRS range, lanking over the 3-second time penalty. Now, DC's not looking very confident. It's a big lockup from Seb there, so we're going to jump on board with them as they now begin to get a bit pressed by their teammate. As Riley's trying to maybe just tell his teammate, let me by. I'm quicker. Fernando is quicker than you. James getting past Raheem as he leaves the pits. Too wide going to the right-hander. James now gets a 3-second time penalty for that move. And Raheem does have DRS. Invade. Lanky. Oh, all these moves are getting done so quick. Lanky sends it down the inside. Raheem does keep the move done, but James is going to try and go for the switchback, but doesn't get the exit. Invade just being overtaken by Diesel, so we're going to jump back to the lead pack now, and B finally pits on those 13 lap old mediums. Going to hope not to get 10 seconds, and they don't. Very nicely done. So pretty much everybody has done their pit stops. Aruk has to stay out another lap, which is not going to be very good for him, as he might get a puncture. Riley's closer than ever on his teammate, as he's not going to try and send, as Seb doesn't try and defend it. I know he does try and defend just a little bit. Is now let Riley by, locks up a block, then seal the smoke coming out of that V-carb. It's going to be a mighty flat spot all the time by doing that. Now Riley will, now Seb will have DRS, and Riley's going to let him fly right back. Craig getting past Aro, and so is Ollie. Aro is just letting people by and trying to save his tyres. Ansu pits onto fresh tyres. MB's already past Somers now with those fresh hard compound tyres. That pace from the kickstart is very much showing. Raheem now past Ron, as Hayes is looking to try and make a move done on Riley. I hate that cam. Oh my god. Thank you. Invade and Somers now battling again. These have been at it pretty much the entire race after that initial massive incident. Still no safety car, even though there was a 9-car pileup at the beginning of the race. Ski, your pole sitter, all the way down in P4, but there is still 20 laps to go at the Red Bull Ring. Anything can happen as Aro finally pits off those 14-lap-old hard compound tyres. Seb switches with Riley now, as they are just doing a bit of DRS swapping to stay ahead of their opponents. Now, Riley is not trying to battle at all, saving ARS, letting Seb fly on by, as Hayes can't do anything about it. They are just not close enough to get the move done. That's not what you're going to be seeing when you're the driver behind. Okay. Why is Ski just stuck in that? Easy just watching as all this unfolds. Remember, Seb does have that 10-second time penalty. Actually, if we go to the leader, they drop all the way down to P5 as they've got a 10-second gap on Craig behind. But Seb doesn't know that, as they are in first position. Of course, you can only see the top 5 when you're in first. So they don't know how much they have to or how little they have to push. That might be another warning there for Seb. All 4 wheels off track. Not going to be good for them, especially with that already present 10-second time penalty. And a 30 seconds for 10. He's already got a 3-second time penalty. That's not going to be good for them. All fit again doing for that 2-stop. Riley Gets past Seb again. These DRS swapping is working very, very nicely for them. But Hayes is a lot closer than she has been before. Will she be able to catch them out if they try and do it again? Ollie emerges from the pits. No, it doesn't emerge from the pits. Will emerge behind Ara. Maybe even Godzilla, if he's unlucky enough. Now, it's going to be a very nice battle out the pits for Ara and Ollie. Neither are going to have DRS, but they're both going to be pushing. Ara is on the fresher tyres and warmer tyres. That's Ollie isn't going to look for a move. As you can see in the minimap, those 5 are just so far pulled away from the rest. Now, Ollie looking to try and send it. That's down the inside. Not down the inside, taking the inside line from Ara. Ooh, a little bit of a mess up there. And Ara's going to go for the switchback. Ara's got that move done. Very nicely done for him. He keeps P16. That's a very nice move. Riley ahead of Seb now. Seb's going to just fly on by. And Hayes, again, still isn't quick enough to do something about it. As these tyres get older, this clean air will be benefiting these V-Carbs so much. Especially with how much they're switching it. Hayes is very close now. Ooh, a lot of wheel spin on exit though. That won't help them. And they are full burning. No, Hayes isn't trying to burn. She is just letting this happen. Raheem, the only driver on track on medium compound tyres. Aro and Ollie still going at it. So a lovely battle for P16 here. As they are starting to catch up to Andrews ahead of them. Now we watch Aro as he is going to look for a move down the inside. Squeeze Ollie as much as he can. Gets the move done. Ollie is forced to back out, but he will have DRS. This may be a move done right back for him. He's run out of VRS though. That's not going to be good. Tries to take around the outside. Ara defends it. And that's going to be Ara keeping P16 for another lap here. Oh, me. Sorry about that. Now, it's looking just like a DRS train here for the top 5. They are not pulling away, but they are not pulling away. As Craig's actually closed down the gap. It was 10 seconds. It's now 8 to the nearest driver. That's going to be good news for him, as Hayes still looking to try and maybe get a move done. She is not burning. She's finally burning now, but again, not burning as much as you'd expect. As Seb's actually staying ahead this lap, so oh, big slide there from Seb. Not what you want to be seeing. As Ski and DZ are just watching behind as this all happens. Seb is still very comfortably leading this race. And it's looking like stuff has calmed down. Cod, after 19 laps on those hard combat tyres, finally jumps into the pits for fresh ones. And so P18 looking to just maybe try and catch up with a lot fresher tyres than people ahead. Ron Mexico hasn't pit yet. Or maybe, has it pit? No, Ron Mexico is the only driver not to pit this race. Looking to try and get that one stop on the hards. Going to pit onto mediums. As that, I think, is Seb. No, that's Hayes. Oh, wait. What am I seeing? Oh, no, that's Cod getting lapped. I apologize for that. Cod's getting lapped. That's made a bit of a gap as Ski is almost just falling out of DRS range. Ron gets a double overtaken by Ollie and Arrow. Now going to have Anders behind looking to get a move done. Stay on board with this. Actually, no, we're going to go still with the Mercedes. No, Ollie means just got to move past Arrow, but Arrow's going to have DRS again. It's a massive battle here. If they keep moving up the positions, this might lead to a points position battle. Arrow now sends it down the inside. Locks up just a bit with that kick salver. Oh, bit of contact with Ollie. Smacks him off track. Ollie gets a 3-second time penalty. That will go to the stewards, and that probably will be a removal for him. That definitely did not seem fair. Now, the DRS train still forming, but Craig is starting to catch up. He is on fresher tyres, which is definitely going to benefit him. And with them all not making moves, it's not looking very good. There's now Riley again. Doesn't go past Seb. Riley, they're not DRS hopping now. This is very surprising. Oh, Hayes sends it down the inside now of Riley. Oh, unexpected move. Definitely, Riley definitely wasn't expecting. Now Hayes is as close as ever on the V-car. But he backs off and saves their ERS, wants the podium. And at this point, it will be a P2 with Seb's 13 seconds of penalties. which might even drop him past SNZ, which is not what you want to be seeing. Anders and Ron both pit for fresh tyres. That's going to drop him down very far back down the order. And now Raheem looking to try and get past Somers. Not close enough on this lap, but we'll try again next. Invade all the way up to P9 after disqualifying P13. Not the race you want to be seeing from them, but it's definitely something. As Seb now pits, so does Hayes. And DZ, Ski and Riley stay out. They are going for the undercut. This is definitely a two-stop race, as they are making it now. Riley and Ski. Ski is not within DRS range of Riley, so he's going to have to push if he wants to keep it. Now that is Cod getting that DRS from Ski. Invade now with another 3-second time penalty for corner cutting. Now Hayes. Now as, where is he? I can't see now. Seb did serve his 10-second time penalty. He's dropping all the way down to P13. He's going to have to push on to catch back up. DZ has come out just ahead of Somers. That might be a move looking to be done. Seb emerges just ahead of Ollie. Now Ollie will have DRS on him this lap, but you can tell Seb is trying to push and gain back the time that they have lost. He's looking as you can see how much of a gap Riley's pulled. 2 seconds at the start of the race, start of the lap. It was 1.3 at 7/10. Riley pulled on Ski before they both come in. No, they don't. Ski stays out another lap. This is very, very surprising for the Haas driver. They pit earlier than the rest of these drivers, and he is staying out longer than the rest of these drivers. Cod, for some reason, is trying to make a move past Ski, even though he is lapped. Very confusing there. DZ trying to go past Invade. No, Invade dives into the pits. SNZ jumps up into P3 with Riley. It's the fall down the order. Will Hayes emerge ahead? Both rounding turn 1 now, respectively. Hayes will emerge ahead of the V-Carb driver. That's what Hayes wanted to see. As Seb now jumps up to P11 after pit stops happen. Now Ski's going to hope for a very nice race. Very nice in-lap if they do not pit now. As actually Cods overtook them and is staying ahead. That might be breaking. Blue flags? I have no idea. Top 3 still need to pit. MB may need to pit again. With SNZ all up their back. Seb now gets past James with a move, which I'm going to be guessing is down the inside. Lanky gets past Ansu, as Lanky has just emerged from the pits on fresh tyres with DRS as well. Ansu's not looking to battle it. Ski now in the pits. We're going to go on board with Hayes here. See how much of a gap this undercut has done. Riley and DZ are also pulling along with Hayes. Riley's going to try and get past as soon as possible. You can definitely see the ambition in the V-Carb to get this move done. Ski will emerge in P8, just behind Somers and ahead of Seb. That is what you wanted to see. As SNZ gets overtaken by MB now. That fresher tyres for the Kicks Alba. Looking very, very nice. Oh, a bit of contact from Hayes and Riley. Riley's going to have DRS on Hayes and the inside line. Might be a move done. Hayes is trying to battle it, and he's going to try and keep it around the inside. Bit of a lockup for her. Pretty much the same lap all ties. Oh, Riley's squeezing Hayes out as much as she possibly could without smacking her off. DZ has fallen out of DRS range. It's not going to be a nice. Ski trying to catch up with the freshest hard compound tyres out of the top 5. Seb still looking to try and get past Somers. Trying to force a move past. Oh, bit of contact there. Nothing through it though. As Seb gets a move done. SNZ and Craig pit. That's going to mean MB is going to take the lead of this race, with Riley taking the fastest lap with a 106.9. That's very close to Hayes' fastest lap. As Ski, yes, now you can see the top 5 starting to show themselves again, apart from MB, who maybe is trying to keep this one stop going. Ollie Bean comes all the way up to P9. Aro does go into that final points position. They probably will not pit again. SNZ emerges just ahead of Invade, but Invade is going to have fresher tyres and the run. That's going to be a move very easily done from the Haas driver. Now, Riley already caught up to MB by a lot. Very, very surprising there, as Riley is pushing hard in this V-Carb. get the move done as soon as possible. Hayes as well. Invade and SNZ still going at it with each other. SNZ does get the move back with that DRS. Now, with Riley struggling. Points down to 15 left. Oh, my bad. My bad. Hayes. Oh, no, DZ. Oh, my. Both drivers take a very nice. Seb gets another 3-second time penalty. Riley gets past MB. Now is Hayes going to try and immediately repeat that. But MB isn't very adamant to let this go. One thing to catch up to Riley now. MB got a massive run. Doesn't look to get it down the inside. Hayes, oh, trying to stick around the outside. Bit of contact. Losing the rear there. Thank you for that, Seb. Thank you. Now, Hayes still looking to try and get past. MB doesn't want to give up their P2. They do have a time penalty for track limits, but that might get removed depending on it is. Ollie and Aro still back. Craig with a double overtake. Oh, more contact between the two. They are going at it with each other. That is something very wary of. Yeah, Seb is pushing a lot. I think that's why he's got track limits. That is something. Wow. Oh, DZ went down with another 3-second time penalty. That's not going to be good for him, as that's a yellow flag. That is Cods spun round. And that is not very good. Well, we are not going to be going ahead of these leaders. Definitely not. Ski looking now. Ski looking still to try and catch up to the driver in front. He hopes they battle. We can say that MB is comfortably staying with Riley. The problem is you can see the grip Riley has and that tire advantage, the gap pulling away. James now with a 3-second time penalty. Ollie and Aro still going at it with each other. Ollie gets past on this straight. Hayes finally gets past MB with a move down the inside. Hayes going to try and keep up with MB. Ollie having got Aro pushing there back again. Now we're going to focus on DZ as they now try and battle. But Raheem is trying to get pressed by both Lanky and Somers. Riley now with a 3-second time penalty. That's not what he wants to be seeing. As Hayes has fallen out of DRS range of the V car, that's not going to be very good for them. As they are both full burning to try and do the opposites for each other. Now Hayes is back in DRS range. MB is getting getting a very nice diffuser smell from from DZ. DZ is gonna hopefully look for the move. That is Godzilla in the pit again. They have retired. Understandable from them. And so, oh, big contact there from MB and DZ. MB almost goes flying off the track when DZ gets the move done. Oh my days. Whoa. Oh my god. Antu now also in the pits. Seb has left. Seb's disconnected. Oh no. Hayes for the win. Yeah, I think Hayes might win, especially with his time penalties. Ski is catching though, and he's on fresher tyres. But hey, we don't know. Seb has disconnected. Nisev, tell Seb to add me. Nisev, try and get Seb to add me. Oh, SNZ going round the outside of Aro. Fresher tyres. Oh, Aro squeezes just a little bit of contact from these two. Still more. That's not Aro. That's Ollie Bean. Still contact from these two as SNC finally gets the move done. Ollie tries to look with the switchback too wide now. Big contact. Oh, Ollie almost gets spun round again. I can't, Seb. I can't, Seb. I physically cannot do it while in a game. Anyway, Ollie still looking to get past, but Ara's got a massive run on Ollie out of turn one. Ara's going to take it round the outside, the longer line, gets the move done. And that is going to be very, very nice. Rom gets another 3-second time penalty now. MB is trying his hardest to stay with DZ, but that tire disadvantage is not looking good for them. Ski is catching rapidly as Seb is slowly falling down. That's not going to be seeing. As Aro is catching up to SNZ now. Invade. Looking to also get stay with and maybe even get past some of these drivers. Now, with Craig getting past the AI of Seb. Seb's AI is not able, it's not able to defend it. Nissa, I sent that thing in chat. Just trying to focus on this right now. Hayes gets past Riley. Oh, Hayes trying to get past Riley. As DC's trying to make a back gap when they got held back from MB. Ski flies past MB with that massive tyre advantage. Almost 10 lap tyre advantage on him. Yeah, that's about right. Nissa, I didn't spell it right. Sure. Ski's now going to try and look to get in. Well, Ski provisionally right now is in that in a podium position. And if they get close enough to Riley, that might be a P2 for them. Now, Invade looking to try and get past Ollie. Invade has a lot fresher tyres than the Aston. That's going to be a big battle as they are both quick drivers here. Now, Raheem also trying to make a look past Lanky. Same tyres, they both pit at around Pens. Yeah, let me do Pens. Let me quickly focus on Hayes, not do Pens. Maybe less Pens. Pardon me. DC's got 6 seconds, I forgot about that. Yes, he's pretty much guaranteed P3 right now. And if he gets close enough, might be able to get past Riley. Hayes is looking very comfortable sticking where they are, because they know they get the win, no matter where they finish. SNZ now also gets past Seb, as I'm still waiting for Seb to add me, so I can get them back in ASAP. Aro invades, sends it past Ollie as Aro tries to fend off both of them. Ollie does get the switchback though. They are both going to have a run on Aro, who doesn't have any DRS. Both battling out. Bit of contact from these two now. Ollie trying to squeeze out Invade. Invade doesn't care. Sends it down the inside of Ollie Bean. Aro goes off track. Aro onto the gravel. That's going to be a double overtake now from Invade up into P9. That's brilliantly done. Raheem gets past Lanky, and Lanky almost flies off the track when trying to get back past. Now, Hayes still quite comfortable of where they are. I feel really. And now look, Seb's going to be overtaken by this pack of 3 here. Invade's going to be the first one. Going to try and take the outside line for some reason past the AI V car, which I feel bad for them. This lobby's been having glitches the entire time. I feel really bad for them, but sadly that's all we can get done. Lanky now trying to make a move back past Raheem. Ollie as well, also getting past Seb's AI, and Aro as well, just going to fly on by. That's Seb's AI down to P11. That is not very good for them. It's a massive 3-way battle here for P13. Lanky and James both trying to get past Raheem. James still tries to push a bit more to try and get ahead. Ansu still racing on fresh medium, maybe trying to catch back up 2-1. As Riley is trying to push with everything they've got to get past Hayes. But I don't think it's enough. Hayes, they're on pretty much the same age tyres, and Hayes is doing all they need to do to keep this position. Ski, that tyre advantage is starting to fall off just that bit now. But MB is still comfortably in P5. But that tyre penalty might come to bite him, as Craig is gaining on 10 lap fresher tyres. So is SNC. And Invade also not that far behind them as well. Okay, quick. No, I have that one. Alright. Hayes looking to get the move done on DZ. Not DZ. Oh, Riley. But he's not really looking to try and get a move done. I don't know what I'm speaking. Some sort of gibberish. Riley's push. You can tell Riley's pushing, as they all really wanting to get this done. Seb's AI now getting overtaken by Sommers, just falling down the order, as I still have not received one in this friend request, which means I can't get Seb back in. It's going to be 3 drivers now looking to try and swing it past this AI. This battle for the front is starting to die down a bit. Ski is slowly catching DC, and if we do gap 2 leader, it is not enough yet for Ski. Ski needs to get within that 3-second range of Riley to pull ahead into that P2 position. Provisionally, Riley does get P2, Hayes P1, DZ drops all the way down to P4. Raheem also now getting past Seb's AI, not what you want to be seeing. Now Lanky as well. Past AI, Seb's AI as well. AI is just going to get done with now. So is James past the AI. This is not looking good for them. This DZ is starting to follow it. Ski is slowly catching up. And is now about to break that 3-second barrier. There we go, he does. That is now P2 provisionally for Ski. James and Lanky going at each other. James now also got to run on Raheem, maybe trying to make it look past. Lanky trying to get right back past James. This is a massive three-way battle here for P12. James still looking to get past. As he gets another 3-second time and he loses the rear there as well. Not very good for them. Raheem has now trying to break that slipstream, trying to give himself as much advantage as they can. James now going to send it, take the inside line past Raheem. The Lanky isn't close enough to replicate. Now Raheem may be trying to make a look back past. No, they are not. James does get the move done. Anders now pits for fresh soft compound tyres. As now Ansu is looking to catch back up to Ron. As James and Raheem side by side now. James takes the outside line and that is the move done for James. Nicely done for them. There's too much action, I cannot keep track. Ansu very, very close now on Ron. Going to take the inside line. Raheem now with a 3-second time penalty. That's going to be the move done for Ansu. But Ron's going to try and keep around the outside. Backs out though, and Ansu is fully completed the move now. Now all they need to do is catch Seb's AI for that final point position. As we are now on to the final lap of the race. As it stands, Ski does not get P2. They'll need to push a lot more if they want to jump within range. Aro and Ollie going at it again. So is Craig and MB. Craig sends it around the outside. Very nicely done. Ollie's now going to have DRS for the final straight. Here now, Ansu with a 3-second time penalty. As they try and push as hard as they can. Ollie not looking to get the move done right now. MB just looking to try and keep that P6. I think that would be the one stop. Yeah, that's the one stop. As Hayes wins here at Austria. So Riley P2, Skeef P3, DZ P4. Craig's going to be the next driver to cross the line. At P5, MB going to cross the line. P6, SNZ going to come across now to finish P7. In Vegas, another 3-second time penalty just before the end. So does Lanky. Now Invade is going to cross the line in P8, but that's giving a few places dropped. R is going to jump ahead. Ollie. Is Ollie going to jump ahead? D Summers jumps ahead. Ollie doesn't jump ahead. Raheem jumps ahead of James as they jump all the way down to P14. And that will be the end of it here. Brilliant win here by Hayes. And absolutely nicely done for them. What a race here today. That is your podium. You have Hayes winning, Riley P2 and Ski P3. Very nicely done, and a brilliant battle from the front three. Very entertaining full today, and that is a race some drivers want to look back on, some drivers won't. Aro gets your driver of the day. DZ with your fastest lap. Craig does get cleanest driver, but with the Steve's report that might be different. A lot of drivers with penalties here, which definitely affected the finishing positions. Multiple drivers in the top three, almost all battling. Top four, sorry, all battling for that fastest lap. Hayes had it for most of the race. Then Riley took it. Then DZ and Hayes got it at the exact same time, but DZ's was quicker. That's gonna be a very nicely done. Ski does drop down a few positions, so does DZ. Hayes, even though they qualified P4, does win. That's a very nicely done for them. A lot of drivers who qualified lower than they did lower than they finished. Very nice from them. Some drivers getting very unlucky, some disconnecting like Seb. Seb got very unlucky